Hey everybody, and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be opening up more black and white. So we're actually going to be ascending in size because we've got a couple different products here. We have the exact same thing that we just opened up a little bit ago. So yeah, the little 3-pack sticker collection, yay. You know, a little Gothitelle that we got over there. Then we got the 4-pack poster collection. And then we got the big old box right there behind us. So let's save that one for last. And we're going to go up. So, let's get started with some white flare. A little white flare sticker collection. Oh goodness, of course it's going to be slightly difficult, but you know, you don't want to open it up before we start rolling, you know, because that's not right. All right, white flare. When we pulled our God pack, it was white flare, like. At least I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was. Because we pulled the Mincino SIR. That's what's funny. The God packs are not like all SIRs. They are just like 9 illustration rares and 1 special illustration rare. So let's get this going. All right. Ooh, starting off with a Pokeball Stoutland into Vanillish and a Gothitelle. Nice. Little Gothitelle pack. And, well, you know, the promo card's a Gothitelle. Into a Stoutland. And because we are a little off balance this time, so we're definitely going to have more white flare than black bolt. We're not going to do like a counter for, you know, one versus the other. So, because that just wouldn't be fair. All right. Zweilous. Sawsbuck, Gigalith, Roggenrola, Simisear. Ooh, another Jellicent Basic EX. You know, the SIR is really cool. The Jellicent SIR, it's impressive. Honestly, I really don't care for Jellicent as a Pokemon. You know, Frillish going into Jellicent. It's not that cool of a Pokemon, but I mean, my goodness, the SIR looks good, so. Yeah, just feel free to, you know, check those prices on any of your cards, on collectors, what I usually use prior to going to the show, so you have a good idea. So if there's anything that you're on the hunt for specifically, use whatever it takes. Price checker or price charter? Price charting. Yeah, that's a good one. Alt, another good one. TCG Player, eBay. Those are really good options. The ones that I wouldn't recommend using are ones where it's like they're going to be really behind. In some cases, yes, collectors behind, but not in all of them. But it's really good for going through lower end things. When it comes to like upper end cards, like here's an example. There was a Rayquaza Alt-Art from Evolving Skies that came to the table the other day, and the gentleman wanted. Let me put it this way. The last sold for it was $265 on eBay. It was a PSA 9, great looking card, and as a 9, it goes for about $265, $255, $265. That was kind of the general idea. So a fair offer would be about $250, $260. So because when you're vending, you know, you usually take in product at a lower rate, and then you try and flip it around at a slightly higher rate, roughly about 90 to 100% market, depending on what deal the vendor wants to make. I've sold stuff at the exact same price that I've taken stuff in. So, and I've also sold stuff at a lower price than what I took in. You know, for whatever reason, I don't recall, but I do know that the markets fluctuate, and sometimes whatever number you came up with could be wrong. So, that's just a small little example. Just be careful what you're putting in, and you know, like just the values, because they fluctuate like crazy, as they should. It's a market. It's literally just like the stock market. The supply and demand. If, you know, people are willing to spend a certain amount of money, then that's what the card goes for. Oh my god. Whoa! Oh my god, we got a monochrome out of a poster collection. We got the Reshiram all white monochrome. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. How's it look? Oh, it looks good. It looks really good. Oh my god, it looks perfect. Wow. Okay, I need a top loader. The bag of top loaders. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. First of all, I didn't expect to see it as the last card. So there's that. Second of all, White Flare. Oh my goodness. Between the two of them, yeah, I think I'd rather have the Zekrom, but holy cow. White Flare to us has just been non-stop, like, awesome. It's been really good. White Flare is so good. Black Bolt, also good. Let's see if we can pull the Zekrom. Oh man, I did not expect for it to be the second or the last card. All right, well there's the Zekrom basic EX. Oh man, that is epic. What an awesome opening out of a poster collection. You know, the God Pack that we got was also out of a poster collection. So I think it's pretty safe to say that the poster collection is the way to go. Oh man, that's epic. All right, so man, we are pulling some absolute fire here. We haven't even dove into the big box yet. What were we talking about? Criconal Pokeball. Krokorok. All right. Volcarona. Apparently now we need to be a little more conscious of the very last card in this set, because my goodness, that's awesome. All right, so what were we talking about? We were talking about prices, right? Okay, so yeah, check your prices of stuff that you want. The item came to the table at, like, let's say market was estimated at about 260. Yeah, 265. I offered him. I'd asked him. I was like, "Hey, have you gotten any offers on this?" He said, "Yeah, I got one for 220." I was like, "Yeah, I'll do 220." And he's like, "Yeah, but I wasn't really sure if I wanted to take it." I was like, "All right, 225." And he's like, "Well, that's a pretty good offer." And then there's one of my other like usual customers that was there at the table, and he's like, "You'll probably not get a better deal than what this guy's gonna offer you." And I like to take pride in the fact that, you know, like, I do a pretty good job. I try to be as fair as possible, and I also try to be as transparent as possible. The reason why is because when it comes down to certain products, you're not going to make money off of $1, $2 cards. You're not going to make a ton of money off of $6,000 cards. Where you make your money is on having good business practice, good relationships with your customers. And that's why I like to think that when it comes down to it, people really like doing business with the Poke Clinic, because we have competitive rates and we have good personality. So, anyway, I went up to 230 and I was not willing to go to 231. Now, 230, when you're supposed to be on average buying somebody's cards, you usually buy it between 70, depending on who you are, buying it between 70 and 80%. 230 was like 85%, maybe 87. Actually, let's do the math really quick. What is... All right. All right, so 260, let's just say 260 times 0.85. So 221. So I was offering him much better than that. All right, so 260 times 0.9. 230. I was offering about 88, 89% market value on cash for his card. I mean, what do you say to that? You know, it's like, I'm trying to help him out. And then, you know what was funny? Right after that, he was like, "I'll take 260. I was like, all right, I think you're on the wrong side of the table. Now, again, he was a solid dude. I think he just didn't know, you know, like how like the most common thing happens around these tables. That's fine. But here at the Poke Clinic, we're more than happy to educate, and we're gonna do it with a smile. But yeah, again, if you don't know, you'll eventually figure it out. Like, I didn't know at my first show, like 8 months ago, when one of my buddies, shout out Eddie Bartolo Sancho, if you guys haven't already subscribed to his channel, feel free to do that. He does pack openings like 3-4 times a week. It's about 4 packs at a time typically. He just puts out shorts, good shorts, consistent too. But yeah, when I was first learning about Pokemon back in the day, he was the one that was kind of like my guru when it came to it. He was the one guiding me, showing me how like the 80% thing works, how to estimate market values, how to stay ahead, what to invest in, just kind of giving me like, showing me the ropes. And we are more than happy to always do that, always giving information. I'd say about half the time that we're sitting at the table and we're talking to somebody, we're just kind of giving them information rather than just like, you know, like, oh, we're just going to talk about like, you know, prices on the card and whatnot. We're establishing relationships, trying to give good, viable information. So, man, White Flare is kind of falling behind now. No basic EXs from the box, no illustration rares, no full arts, no special illustration rares, just monochromes. That's it. We're just pulling monochromes today, apparently. So, I mean, that's fine. The monochrome, what is that price going for now? I'm sure you guys have already seen it pop up on your screen, but because if I somehow managed to not put that there, then that's on me. All right, let's see. What is that monochrome going for? It is going for, wow, 344. And let's see, the Zekrom's going for 262 or 362. That's not bad. And then it's super funny that the Victini actually goes for more as a White Flare than a Black Bolt. But either way, I really like that SAR Reshiram. I think it looks incredible. And the Hydreigon looks amazing. The Zoroark looks amazing. The Oshawott fun. I pulled the Keldeo already. I'd like to, if I could pull the Keldeo a bunch more times, I'd be super stoked because it is a really good looking card. All right, still got 2 more packs of White Flare with no like illustration rares or better. So let's hope for something good out of here. I mean, unless we're saving our luck for Black Bolt, which is very possible, then I mean, let's hope we got something good coming. But yeah. All right, Volibee, Mandibuzz, Heatmore, Gigalith, Oshawott. Wow, nothing again. So here's a funny situation that came up to the table. And here's kind of the gist of it. When it comes down to like Pokemon or vending or whatever the case may be, your credibility is like everything. Just so you know, like if you are not considered a credible person at the table, that's everything. It's your whole relationship. So I had sold a couple, like quite a bit of sealed stuff. Wow, not a single illustration rare or full art. Did we get this basic EX Whimsicott from over here? That's impressive. A basic EX Whimsicott in 6 packs of White Flare. That is impressive. Again, I'm not entitled to it, but it would be nice to get something a little bit better than basic Whimsicott EX. But yeah, anyway, so I sell a lot of stuff. I usually keep all my prices, especially on sealed, below market because nobody needs to be paying these ridiculous market prices. Even if that, oh yeah, that's what the market goes for. Okay, cool. Like, nobody's got a gun to your head. Wow, Axew Master Ball. That's awesome. The new highest pull from that we've gotten so far from the box. By quite a bit, actually. I think the Axew Master Ball goes for quite a bit. All right, that'll go right over there. Cover that one up. But yeah, so you know, like sealed stuff, some sealed stuff comes out looking not that good. Some of it looks great. But I had one kid that came up to the table and he's like, hey, do you have any 151 packs? I was like, no, I don't. I only have those 2 Zapdos boxes, 151 that are behind me. And he's like, oh, I only need 2. I only want to open 2. I was like, oh, well, if you just want 2, then here, give me a second. I ripped open the Zapdos box, handed him 2 packs, and then I was like, you want to do a pack battle? And he's like, oh my god, did you seriously just do that? I was like, yeah, let's do this. So we just did a 2-pack battle on 151. He ended up pulling a double banger with the Tangela being the illustration rare. I don't remember what the basic EX was, but it wasn't I think it was like a Golem or something. So nothing too crazy. And then later on, I think it was the very same day, I had sold another Zapdos box to another gentleman. Jacob, shout out, fantastic gentleman. I'm super glad that I actually got to meet him and his family. They were definitely true collectors, fantastic people. Great first impressions, great business. Like they understood everything. They were very open-minded, very flexible with everything, how it all went. And they had taken the box home and they had opened the 151 box. Now I sold that box to him for about $40. I think it was $40. Now the MSRP on it is $20 because it's 4 packs and 151. And I've opened up a lot of 151 and I don't really know what to say about it besides it being the best set in Scarlet Violet, then Destined Rivals. And anyway, so they took the box home and they opened it because it was such a good deal. Market value on it was like $70 at the time. And when they had taken the box home, the packs were a little bit loose, understandable. But they were saying that the packs felt like they were loose. They had a lot of extra room. One of them appeared to have like some extra adhesive on it, and just like almost like it looked tampered with from what they were saying. And I didn't get to see these packs myself, so and I don't know. Ooh, a Timpole and a Kyurem EX, little basic EX. Oh, nice, another double banger. Okay, Black Bolt kind of coming back a little bit. All right. I mean, we need a good Seismitoad, or you know, the Timpole into the Politoed into the Seismitoad. That would be nice. That's what we could use. But either way, they had went through 3 of the 4 packs and didn't get anything. They got to the 4th pack. They pulled the Venusaur SIR. Absolutely incredible. It looked like it was in pretty good shape. It wasn't submission worthy, but it was definitely in good shape. And they were suspicious. And that, when they told me, because they came up to the table the next day, these cards are kind of like sticking to themselves, or sticking to each other. See, look at that. It's like, they're sticking. All right, anyway, maybe, what do we have going on here? All right, this is a little wonky. All right, so Throw's got a Duosion, and what else? Dynamo. Man, that was kind of difficult pulling these apart. But yeah, they came back the next day. They told me what happened. They told me what they got. So I was super stoked for them, but they were definitely transparent about like their suspicions with regards to it. And I got to tell you, if they hadn't pulled that Venusaur, my credibility would have been on the line with regards to did Eric like redo that? Like, what happened? Did you know, like that's sketchy. I'm not saying they're sketchy. I'm saying that the situation is sketchy. What I'm saying is I'm calling out the fact that like the packs looked like they were tampered with. That's unsatisfactory. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, and they're making other people like suspicious of other people. Like, you know, that's no good. That's not what we need. That's not what anybody needs. You don't have to deal with any of that kind of stuff. And that's not fair to both the collector or anything like that. So yeah, just do better, I guess. You know, 151 Pokemon. So I hope there's a reprint. If there is, I'd love to open up more UPCs. And if there isn't, then, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, the ETBs are a little ridiculous. What is the ETB going for? Like $450 for a sealed 151 ETB? That's crazy. I remember seeing those things at Costco for like $50 or maybe it was $60 for, it was a ETB and 2 tins from 150 or from the OG Scarlet Violet. But anyway, yeah, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little tangent. Hope I didn't get too off track. But yeah, if you guys aren't already liked and subscribed and all that other good stuff, then you know, be liked and subscribed. So I think the next video we're gonna put out, I think that'll be the announcement for the 300 subscriber giveaway. So stay tuned. Peace.